Qualifying for Division 2 of the Skittles Super Speedway Series, Race 6 is live from Madrid, coming off the heels of our closest finish of the season so far. Last week at Dragonette, it came down between Nathan Ormond and Kyle Langland, and it was down to the 100th of a second. I believe it officially was 12 1,000ths of a second, the official interval. It was Ormond taking the checkered flag. Will we see a finish as exciting here this week at Madrid? We'll find out very soon, in a couple of days, but we first got to find out who's going to be starting on the pole position. It was a crazy qualifying session earlier on today in Division 1, where we had two-car tandems in round 2, basically determining the eventual pole sitter, which ended up being William Duncan. We also saw some very fast lap times in round 1 of that qualifying session, and expecting to see the same here in Division 2. We're looking at the 77 of Jesse Turner. Comes into this race 29th in the point stands, only one top 10 so far in the first 5 races. His teammates have been doing a lot better. Stapleton comes into this race 2nd in points. Benny Watson, a pole this year, and 10th in the standings. So trying to get the program of the 3rd Otter Island Motorsports entry on the correct path upwards in the standings. And could maybe do that here today if they can get that 77 on the pole. But he's going to have to get himself lined up with some other drivers to be able to get the draft lap necessary to lock himself into round 2. Now Turner has set a lap, but it's not an official lap time because his pit stall, as everybody else's was as well, is before the start-finish line. This track is kind of like Talladega. It's got that start-finish line down between the tri-oval and turn 1. Matter of fact, this technically is Talladega if you think about it. It's just a little bit faster and looks a little different. But now Turner will set the first official lap time in the session of 47.935. A couple of drivers were faster than him on their initial warm-up lap, so I don't think that that's going to hold up for very long. And as soon as I say that, there you go. 47.1 for Caleb Farrell, 47.2 for John Andrews, Norman, Evans, all faster than the 77. He's going to get into a little group here with Charles Sanford, it looks like. Sanford, who had a good run last week at Dragonette, jumped up 10 spots in the standings to 15th. A lot of drivers with good runs jumped up numerous spots in the points. As Levi McIntyre trying to break the 46s. He's at a 47.034. But Sanford jumped up 10 spots to 15th. Langland jumped up 13 spots to 16th. Alex Gray jumped up 9 spots to 24th. And Carson Gum jumped up 9 spots. He's now in the top 10 in the standings, 8th in the points coming into this race, as he is now also up inside the top 10 in the speed charts right now. There he is, running in this draft with Jeff Scott, our winner from M&M's, Daniel Voiles in the 26, and there's Sadal Soler in the 30 now coming out onto the track. Where Carson Gum is right now is exactly where you want to be. Last car in a 2 or 3 car tandem, all running single file, and I think Carson Gum could very well set a very low 46-second lap time here. He could go top of the leaderboard. The way he's positioned, I'm projecting that 19 is going to go up top of the leaderboard, and no, he did not. Scott and Voiles were faster. And Jake Halleck just jumped up to the top of the leaderboard. He's in this group with Andrews, Young, last week's winner Ormond, Caleb Farrell, and Cody Lamas back behind this group as well. At 15, just in the draft of these guys, although they're 3 wide ahead of him, I don't know if he can maybe get a nice draft lap to maybe go top of the leaderboard. To my knowledge, I don't think Cody Lamas has made it into the second round of qualifying yet this entire season. He had a good run last week at Dragonette, though. Moved up 7 spots to 20th, and doesn't look like we're going to... Oh, well, I thought he was coming to pit road. Never mind. He just went really low in the tri-oval. Fury Gamington, our winner from Pigs Creek, now top of the leaderboard. But will that hold up? Is anybody from this group going to top him? No, they are not. Mentioned Carson Gum had a great run last week at Dragonette. Another driver that also had a good run and really needed it was the 71 of James Shelley. Let's see if we can find him. He's now currently situated in the top 10 in 6th. There he is, with Rowe, Sadler, and Almriego. Right now 6th fastest for James Shelley. Now drops to 7th fastest as he just got bypassed, I think, by Alexander Rowe, who moved up to 4th. But Shelley last week with a decent run. However, it just shows how struggling a season he's had. Had a great finish. I think, let me see, where did he finish that race? He finished in the 9th position, and he only gained 1 spot in the standings. He moved from 40th to 39th and dropped Jake Galloway down to dead last in the points. So just showing that how this team has really struggled, and it looks like they're going to come to pit road. So they're hoping, I guess, that a 46.3 will get them the job done. Nope, not the case. As soon as he headed for pit road, he dropped to 11th. He's now down to 13th. Look at Fitzwater there in the 59. This will be a good lap for him, I think. Well, no, only 28th. Charles Sanford. Somehow that was only 21st. A lot of these groups that I expect to see speed generating, it's not happening. Right now it's Trey Wright in the 34, the fastest car on track. Let's see what group he is currently with. There he is. He's with Benny Watson and Simon Solera, who had the pole last week at Dragonette. Solera right now is 3rd on the charts. Benny Watson in this group. Watson, however, 19th. O'Neal Balvin and Kyle Langland right now 25th and 21st, but they're catching this group, so this could be a very good lap time for the 11 and the 62. Langland made it into round 2 last week. O'Neal Balvin, I think the last time he made round 2, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago at M&M's. No, it was not. It was actually... Has he made it into the... I guess maybe he hasn't made it into round 2. I thought he had. No change at the top of the leaderboard. How about Adam Garcia in the 29? He's back in this group. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Tristan Allen, top of the board. Patrick Smith as well. And Fury Gamington with 46 ones. And there's that tandem. That right there, I think, are lap times. It's going to lock those guys into the next round. Nice to see some speed out of Tristan Allen. I'm looking still to see. I'm pretty certain O'Neal Balvin made it into the 2nd round at one of those tracks we've been at. Was it last week? No, it wasn't. Okay, apparently he has never made it into round 2. I thought he had. This might actually be a lap time in the 46 flats for Tristan Allen because they are still lined up single file. Let's see. 46, 148, and this time a 314. That kind of looks eerily similar to what we saw in round 2 earlier today in Division 1, where the first lap is amazing, the second lap not nearly as fast. But now that puts Simon Bloomfield on the bubble. You've got Alex Gray up there, Levi McIntyre, Cody Lamas. And right now, based off of who I see up here inside of our top 10, only one of them is former pole sitter this season, that being Simon Solera. Someone just jumped up. Cody Lamas, top of the leaderboard in the 15. In this group, and he is now basically locked into the next round with a 46-1. Somebody else jumped up. Oh, it was John Andrews up to 5th, and that knocked out Simon Bloomfield in the 21. So now Andrews up to 5th. Alex Gray on the bubble spot. Right now, though, looks like Lamas, Gamington, Allen, Patrick Smith, John Andrews for the moment, they are locked in. Nathan Ormond, last week's winner, right now 14th on the charts, and I don't think he's going to improve this lap as he's losing touch with that pack he was just with. Yeah, 47.192 for him. Let's jump up and find Alex Gray, because right now he's the one on pins and needles on whether or not he's going to make it into the next round. Remember that in our Division 1 qualifying session, it was the driver that just barely made it in 10th place that went on to get the pole position, that being William Duncan. I think the session's complete. I think he's going to make it. I think Alex Gray's going to make it. 46 zeros for Patrick Smith and Fury Gamington. Smith, top of the leaderboard. As if they weren't already locked into the next round, they make a statement right there. That, I think those are the fastest lap times set so far here today. Prior to that, I think the fastest lap was a 46.095. Somewhere around that range. And Alex Gray, time ticking with 2-1. He's going to make it. Session is now complete. Lap times no longer counted. It's going to be Patrick Smith, Fury Gamington, Cody Lamas, Tristan Allen, John Andrews, Trey Wright, Adam Garcia, Simon Solera, Levi McIntyre, and Alex Gray that are going to move on to the next round of qualifying. Only one of those drivers is a former pole sitter this season, Simon Solera, who had the pole last week at Dragonette. So the odds in favor of a new pole sitter, and now the session is officially complete.
Drivers,
how about Patrick Smith? We saw another of his teammates running well in the Division 1 qualifying session, that being Roger Ray. Smith with a good effort here with a 46.080. I'm pretty certain that's the fastest lap set so far here today at this track. Fury Gamington's going to advance. He's second. Lamas, Tristan Allen, John Andrews, Trey Wright, Adam Garcia, Simon Solera, Levi McIntyre, Alex Gray. I think a few of these guys, I'll have to look back and see, but I think a few of these guys, this is their first time making it into the second round of qualifying. I'm pretty certain Lamas and Allen, Garcia, I think it's the first time they've made it into the next round. I think same for Patrick Smith and maybe for Alex Gray, but I'll have to look and see. So 11th on down for our field is determined, as it'll be Simon Bloomfield, Caleb Farrell, Dylan Young, Nathan Ormond, Alexander Rowe will be 10th or 11th through 15th. Then your top 20, Sadler, Sadal Solera, Jeff Scott, Chris Maley, and Alex Ben-Yako. And you look on down here at the bottom of the list, and a couple of drivers stand out to me. The one that really stands out to me for certain is Nathan Stapleton. Second in the points coming to this race, 13 points out of the points lead. Fury Gamington, the points leader, is moving on to the next round, as is John Andrews, third in points. Stapleton, second in the standings, is going to be starting this race from dead last. So we'll have to see how he does in the race. But stay tuned. We're going to have round 2 of qualifying to determine the pole sitter coming up right after this. Well, we have a 90% chance of a different pole sitter, as the only one that has formerly won a pole. Simon Solera is the only driver that has a chance of being a 2-time pole sitter, and looks like the first car out is going to be Cody Lamas there in the 15. Let's take a look and see where our 10 advancees come into this race in the point standings. As we know, they will have good qualifying results in the top 10 in the starting lineup. Fury Gamington, he is the points leader. John Andrews is third. Tristan Allen, I was just looking, he advances for the first time into round 2 of qualifying, but he has had a pretty doggone good consistent season so far in the first 5 races. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s. He is 7th in the standings coming into this race, so watch out for him. Simon Solera, he's 14th in points. Trey Wright, 17th. Cody Lamas is 20th. Alex Gray is 24th. Adam Garcia in 30th, Levi McIntyre in 31st, Patrick Smith in 32nd. And those are the drivers that advanced here into round 2. We saw back in the Division 1 round 2 where it was two-car tandems. And we'll have to see if we get any two-car tandems in this one, because I think that's very well going to decide who's going to be starting at the top of the leaderboard. Trying to see if anyone is formed up. Adam Garcia, Tristan Allen leaving pit road, but not necessarily together, and then a ways back there to Simon Solera. I don't see anybody right now that's formed up. Maybe McIntyre and Gamington, if McIntyre's got enough momentum to get to him. But right now, it's almost looking like it's going to come down to single car speed. I don't see anybody within the vicinity of each other to be able to get a draft lap right now. Trey Wright's leaving pit road. Is there anyone he'd be able to merge with? Fury Gamington, I think, is going too fast. Maybe he'd be able to merge with Levi McIntyre. We'd have to wait and see. I believe Lamas has laid down the first official lap time here in round 2, 47.519. I'm just shifting through the field here, trying to see if there's any opportunity for drivers to work together. This looks like the closest possibility, Trey Wright and Levi McIntyre. Question is, though, is McIntyre going to pull away from the 34? Looks like he is, so I don't think Trey Wright's going to be able to work with Levi. There is nobody around anybody. Alex Gray's just now leaving pit road. There's Simon Solera going by. Patrick Smith, who was the fastest in round 1, just now leaving. John Andrews is going to get around him. Maybe Cody Lamas will catch the 58. We'll see. Yeah, Trey Wright, I don't think is close enough to Levi to get a lap time for draft. There is nobody right now that is anywhere close enough to be able to get a draft lap. Smith just coming off of pit road. I don't think Lamas is going to catch him. I think it's going to come down to who has the best single car speed in this qualifying session, which is a very rare thing. So far this season, it's really come down to who's had the best draft lap in round 2 as to who started on the pole, but I think it's going to come down to single car speed. Lamas is close to Patrick Smith, but I don't think he's close enough to get draft. He did improve his lap time, 3:07 for Lamas, so being first car out, he has had the benefit of having the oil warmed up and been able to get some good speed out of that car. Trey Wright right now in second. Adam Garcia third, Allen fourth, Simon Solera fifth. These guys have enough time to be able to lay down a lap time fast enough to beat Cody Lamas. Now, John Andrews is somewhat close to Alex Gray, but I don't know if he's able to get a whiff of draft or not. Let's see what his lap time is this time. 47.566. That's sixth fastest right now. Adam Garcia managed to run up in the threes, but Cody Lamas just laid down a 47.046. That seems like a little bit of draft to me. Yep, he's got the draft of the 58. And Trey Wright's got the draft of the 99, and he just laid down the fastest lap, 46.914 for Trey Wright. So now Cody Lamas needs to beat that. He's caught the 58. Is it going to hinder his lap time, though? As he had a big run. He is going to get to complete this lap. It's going to come down between Lamas and Trey Wright for this pole. Lamas has to beat a 46.914. He's going to go to the inside of Patrick Smith. That's going to slow his lap time. So even if he does pass the 34, I don't think that he's going to be able to hold him off. 46.710 for Cody Lamas. Can Trey Wright beat it? If he does, he'll be starting on the pole position. He's to the inside of McIntyre. His lap time's going to be a 46.816. Cody Lamas is going to get the pole here this week at Madrid. I thought Trey Wright had the momentum to be able to get the spot, but Lamas, with the aid of the draft of Patrick Smith, is going to go top of the leaderboard, and I believe is going to be the pole sitter. He might get to set another lap time here. Let's see. If it is another lap time set, Patrick Smith might have something to say about this pole position. Are they going to count this lap? No, they are not. No lap times counted any longer, and a 46.710, which is almost a tenth slower than the pole position speed for the Division 1 qualifying session, is going to be enough for Cody Lamas to start on the front row, inside of the front row for this week's race at Madrid. Trey Wright is going to start alongside him in second. Then John Andrews will be third. Fourth will be Adam Garcia. And completing the top five will be Simon Solera. Tristan Allen was sixth. Patrick Smith seventh. McIntyre eighth. Fury Gamington ninth. And Alex Gray, who just barely made it into the top 10 in the next round, in 10th. That's where he's going to start this week's Madrid race. So Cody Lamas becomes the sixth different driver to start here in Division 2 from the pole position. 20th in the points coming into this race. We'll have to see if this good qualifying result is going to bring about a good finishing result and help him maybe climb even further up through the points. Thank you all for tuning into this qualifying session. Our fields are set for tomorrow and Sunday's races. If you enjoyed the qualifying session, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We will see you guys tomorrow night for the Division 1 Race 6 here at Madrid, and then Division 2's Race 6 is going to be here at Madrid on Sunday evening. Till then, I've been Seth Cole. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.